Hello again to all our Facebook followers and YouTube followers. I'm just here at the moment with Brian Neville, and Brian's from Bulls Creek, which is not too far from this particular area. Brian's a beef cattle producer. And Brian, how do you feel about this gold mine, this Yandan Gold Mine?
I think this mining that's they're proposing in the hills is disgusting, especially in the main catchment area for our lakes and Coorong. Farmers have been told for 20 or 30 years now they've got to clean up their act and put in dairy ponds and everything else, and a number of dairies have gone out of business. Well, nearly all the dairies now have gone out of production because of all the restrictions, and yet they've can let mining in and pretty much do what they like and use as much water as they like.
Well, I think that's a good point, and we mentioned a bit earlier on with using as much water as they want. I mean, here we are, farmers being restricted with our water use, and it just seems that all this is meant to happen. We're being restricted because this was on the cards anyway.
It seems that way, all the even now not being able to use water or having to have a water permit or a licence and being charged for the water whether we use it or not.
And I think that right to take water levy whether we use it or not on our farms is not only a disgrace, it's almost fraudulent, because when we buy our properties we pay for that water. If you buy a property in a higher rainfall area you pay more for that property. So what they've actually done is this goes back to 2004 with the National Water Initiative with John Howard and Malcolm Turnbull as the Minister for Water, when they separated water from land. And when you sort of think back, you think, well, hang on, have they done this for a reason? So, we've made water a tradable commodity, so we can sell our water rights to overseas investors, and at the moment over $50 billion worth of our water rights has been sold. So who's mainly bought it? The mining companies bought it? Are they the big shareholders of this?
Well, maybe that's who has bought it. I mean, this mining company that's coming in here to explore in the hills now, I believe, is a Chinese company. So maybe they bought all the water licences, and who knows?
Yeah, and this is a joke with this Natural Resource Management Board, and I keep hammering them because they need hammering, I can tell you, because unfortunately the propaganda that they're giving us. As much as farmers, we're the ones that are destroying the environment, but in actual fact, they're saying nothing about this. And I just want to make a point here that I'm not against the Chinese. I couldn't give a stuff whether it was an Australian company. We don't want this mining in our pristine environment that could destroy not only habitat and all the rest of it, but destroy our precious resource water. So NRM, Mr. Ian Hunter, where are you?
Well, when you talk about the NRM, Peter, I went to a meeting just recently, and you were there too, about the question was asked about the fracking in the southeast, and where the NRM stood on that, and the NRM officer said the contamination of water in the southeast was caused by farmers. So it doesn't matter where you go. If there's anything wrong with the environment or any water, it's the farmer's fault.
Well, I'd like to make a comment on that. No, you're right, Brian, that's exactly. How many times do we hear Weatherall and all these environmentalists turning around saying our pristine environment? They're exactly right. Yes, we have a pristine environment because we haven't ruined it.
That's right.
And I can tell you right now, you environmentalists need to wake up to what's going on here, because you're telling lies. The people at the top are telling lies, and there's a lot of people down below that think they're doing the right thing are being conned. So as far as I'm concerned, the NRM are a waste of time, they're wasting our flame and money, and they're not looking after the environment like they should be. Because if they were, this gold mine would not be going ahead.
Exactly, yeah.